My name is Connor Calloway and I'm in section number 76831 with Professor Kimball. My career choice I wish to pursue is to be an accountant. After taking the ILLiad Assessment Center, it was interesting to see where I scored, and it definitely gave me a better look into which sections and areas need attention and improvement for my career choice. Of the skills that needed improvement, communication had a very large negative gap. Prior to the assessment, I had given myself a 60 on communication. I ended up only scoring a 16, giving myself a negative gap of 44. I've narrowed it down to 3 different ways I can improve on my communication skills. The first area would be when I deliver a speech, it was noted that I lacked speaking in a confident voice. I also did not maintain an appropriate amount of eye contact during the assessment, and my use of hand gestures were not present. In Chapter 3 of Managing Organizational Behavior, it explains how a strong ethos, or how confident the speaker appears, builds more credibility perceived by the audience and leads to a more successful transmission of information. If I would have improved these elements, it would have improved my communication score. The second area that needs improvement for communication would be my listening skills. I feel this is important because during the assessment center, it was hard to listen to my group when we were discussing our tasks. This was the case because I was focused on everything else that was going on, when I should have been more focused on what our group needed to get done at the time. As a result, I didn't completely understand what our group had discussed, and I was unsure of my responsibilities by the time we were supposed to present. This showed in my assessment, and I had scored low in this area. According to mindtools.com, they state just because a message is sent, it doesn't mean it was understood correctly. This is largely due to a lack of listening on the receiver's end, which was the issue for my assessment. The third area that needs improvement in order to fix my communication score would have been consulting my other group members with the tasks we were assigned. I had failed to ask my group members about their opinions or ideas on any of the material or tasks we were presented. I also failed to ask them any questions with anything that I did not understand as well. I feel this should be improved because if a task is not communicated correctly or not understood, you cannot successfully complete a task or job correctly. This is something that can be easily fixed by either communicating better or by asking a question when things aren't clear. I feel if I fix these areas in my communication skills, I can easily communicate with superiors, colleagues, or other students in a much more clear and concise manner. Also, I feel I'd be able to successfully transmit messages to my audiences better. Also, by improving my listening skills, important information would be conveyed more clearly to me. And if I don't understand a task or question, I shouldn't be afraid to ask for clarification of what needs to be done. Also, with accounting, I will have to communicate with other departments of a company or different clients. It is important that I answer their questions in a way they would be able to understand, as well as answer any questions they may have. I plan to implement these changes within a year. The reason I choose this time frame is because I'll be close to graduation, and around this time I would have taken other classes that allow me to improve my communication skill set. Because I now have knowledge of what areas need improvement due to the ILLiad Assessment Center, I feel I would be ready for my career choice by